Hi guys, this is Language Arts for Thursday, April 30th, the last day of April. This is crazy. We are almost in May, we're almost done with school. It's just crazy. Okay, hope you guys are doing well. Let's go over what you have for work today. Today you need to say your poem 3 times out loud. Penmanship, page 249. Grammar, video, and lesson. You have Daily Gram 41. Your free write today, so your morning journal write is a free write, so you get to pick your subject, but it needs to be a quality paragraph, okay? You guys have been doing very well with your morning writings. I've been very pleased with how thought out and thorough you have been. The one on taxes, you guys did a really good job. I was super impressed, so I've been really impressed, so keep up the good work. I'm excited to see what you pick for your subject. Math, vocabulary. Today you need to do your questions or paragraph for history if you didn't do that already. A lot of you did. And spelling test is a pre-test corrected and signed. And then your reading. Also, Mrs. Gilman, when she sent that geography assignment for playing those games, you're supposed to be playing those games and sending in times and then drawing the zebra, that is supposed to last until tomorrow. So if you haven't done it, it's due tomorrow. If you have done it, then you are good, and hopefully she'll be sending out more materials soon. I'm not sure when, but I have been in contact with her, and I think she might consider doing Google Classroom for geography. She'll email and let you guys know. All right, let's go over our poem. Also, you guys need to be watching these videos. I keep getting asked questions that I specify in the video, like how far do we go in our poem? Well, we go as far as I go in the poem. I specifically tell you that. I told you that Monday, and on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, that's how far we've gone. Okay, in your math videos, I tell you if you're on half sets, if you have an extra problem or not. I should not be receiving emails from you guys asking questions that I've already answered, or I will simply say, go watch the video. If you are asking me a question that I know that I've answered, my response will be for you to watch the video. If you did not pay enough attention, you'll just have to watch the video again. Okay, I'm giving you this information. This is where you guys need to learn to be good listeners and good thinkers and pay attention. All right, so our poem, Bleezer's Ice Cream by Jack Prelutsky. You're supposed to be saying this with me, so pull out your steno or your printed paper, whatever, and say this along with me. Bleezer's Ice Cream by Jack Prelutsky. I am Ebenezer Bleezer. I run Bleezer's Ice Cream Store. There are flavors in my freezer you have never seen before. 28 divine creations, too delicious to resist. Why not do yourself a favor? Try the flavors on my list. Cocoa mocha macaroni, tapioca smoked bologna, checkerberry cheddar chew, chicken cherry honeydew, tutti frutti stewed tomato, tuna taco baked potato, lobster lychee lima bean, mozzarella mangosteen, almond ham meringue salami, yam anchovy prune pastrami, sassafras souvlaki hash, sukiyaki succotash, butter brickle, pepper pickle, pomegranate pumpernickel, peach pimento pizza plum, peanut pumpkin bubblegum, broccoli banana bluster, chocolate chop suey cluster, avocado Brussels sprout, periwinkle sauerkraut. Okay, so tomorrow we will be calling in. There will not be any videos for tomorrow because there's no homework for grammar or anything that needs a video. The only thing you'll have, I don't even think I assigned vocabulary. No vocabulary for tomorrow even. So tomorrow when we call in, first call is poem, 8 o'clock, and that is for you to go through the poem all the way till sauerkraut. Okay, and then our second call-in will be for book reports. And so make sure you guys are getting your book reports and everything ready. All right, our word for today is one of my favorite words, and it goes along with our time, right? This is talking about different kinds of time, and our word today is sporadic. And sporadic is an adjective, okay? Sporadic means occurring occasionally. Try to get that so you can see it without the glare too much. Occurring occasionally or in scattered instances, isolated, infrequent. So if you are sporadic at turning in your homework, your grades are not as good as if you consistently turn them in. So sporadic means you just do it every once in a while. Love the word sporadic. It is definitely fun to use in sentences and in writings. In fact, I would love to see you guys incorporating some of your vocabulary words into, in fact, you should be incorporating them into your writing assignments. Like the 2-frog assignment should have at least one vocabulary word, but I'd love to see it in your morning writing as well, so that you're incorporating these words that you're learning. That's the point of vocabulary. So when you have a larger vocabulary, you're using it correctly, you sound more intelligent, and you are, because you have a greater access and knowledge of words. All right, grammar today. Hopefully you guys are feeling pretty comfortable with what we've been doing for grammar. I've not had any questions this week, so that's why I'm hoping that you guys are understanding. Let's see, today we have double negatives. Let's see. It is page 176, example 3. Please make sure to write that on your papers. So EX3/page 176. Okay, so let's talk about these. Avoid double comparisons. Comparison is expressed in either of 2 ways: by changing the form of the modifier, as with pretty, prettier, small, smaller, smallest, or by adding more or most to the modifier. Using both, like changing the ending and using more or most, is a double negative, and it's not correct. Let me read to you some sentences and you can see what I mean. This is the most finest performance he has given. Okay, the most finest. So they added EST to fine to make it more fine, the most fine, and then they added the word most. So this is the most finest performance he has given. Correctly would be, this is the finest performance he has given. Okay, incorrect. Her hair is more curlier than her sister's. Okay, and this is something you hear little kids say, right? More prettier, more nicer, more funner, and that is just not the correct term. And then correctly, her hair is curlier than her sister's. So you don't use both in the sentence. A common mistake with modifiers is using more than one negative word where only one is required. Ooh, here's another one. Okay, so that was adding 2 double comparisons. Now we're going to talk about double negatives. So our negatives, or not, never, won't, things that are saying like, I have not been somewhere. Okay, so you're saying, that's why it's called a negative. A common mistake with modifiers is using more than one negative word where only one is required. Words like the following are called negatives: no, not, none, never, no one, nothing, hardly. Most of these begin with the letter N. Some of them, not all of them, but most of them. When a word is used in a sentence, it makes an important change in the meaning. Okay? I have been to Denver. I have never been to Denver, right? So this is when we were looking for our verb and verb phrases, when we would get confused by the not, never word. I have never been, and our verb phrase would be have been, because not is a negative and it's not a verb. Okay, notice that one negative is enough to make the meaning clear. Using 2 negatives together is incorrect. So positive, she said something. Negative, she said nothing. Double negative, she didn't say nothing. Do you hear how that sounds incorrect? She didn't say nothing. And this is also something that little kids often will do. They'll put 2 negatives in a sentence. Okay, so lesson 2, 2 sentences at a time. Well, I'll give you a sentence incorrectly and then correctly, one using a double negative and one just using one, and you can see how it sounds. We can't hardly wait for the opening of the fair. We can hardly wait for the opening of the fair. Okay? If you say we can't, so a double negative, for those of you in math, if you put 2 negatives together, it actually makes it a positive. So if you say we can't hardly wait, that means that you're totally okay to wait. Okay? we can hardly wait means we can hardly wait, we're so excited, okay? I never told no one about our secret hideout. I told no one about our secret hideout. You wouldn't say I never told no one. So I told no one tells that you've told nobody. Or I never told anyone. Instead of I never told no one about our secret hideout, this has two options. I told no one about our secret hideout, or I never told anyone about our secret hideout. So today you're going to be figuring out in the sentences, it says each of the following sentences contains a double negative or an error in comparison. So it's either going to be a double negative or error in comparing big, bigger. So it will be like big, it will say something like most bigger or something like that. Okay. Rewrite each sentence correctly. So you will be rewriting the sentence correctly. You will be figuring out which one to get rid of, which double to eliminate, to make the sentence standard, to make it make sense. So I'm going to do, I liked doing number 10. I'm going to do number 10 again today, and I'm going to show you, I'm going to write the sentence, and then we're going to have to rewrite it correctly. And this is a fun sentence. Double negatives don't have no place in good English, okay? So clearly, this is not good English. Okay, there are actually two ways we can do this. Let's find our negatives first. Double negatives don't have no place. Don't and no are negatives. Okay, so we need to take one of these out, and you can decide. One of them you will need to replace with something else, and one of them you can just take it out. So let's try it. Let's first take out don't. Double negatives have no place in good English. Much better. Now if we want to take out no, double negatives don't have, you would say, oh, let's see. Double negatives don't have place in good English, don't have a place in good English. And then you'll rewrite the sentence. I like it better taking out the word double negatives don't have, no, I like the taking out don't. So I'm going to rewrite that, and let's see how that sounds. It's a whiteboard, I just erased it. But on your paper, you'll only have to write it once though. You just have to correct it. Double negatives have no place in good English. Okay, so you're rewriting the whole sentence. Make sure they're capitalized, punctuated. Make sure you're writing the sentence correctly, and you're correcting the double negatives or the comparisons. Let me see if I can find a double negative. Oh yes, okay. So I'm gonna do one more. So you will not need to do number 8, and you will not have to do number 10 because we're doing those here. I just want you to see what exactly is required of you and how you will figure it out. Okay, this is a comparison one. The book was more sadder than the movie. All right, so we have our comparison words, more and sadder. Okay, we don't want double comparison. So we can either say the book, oh, I missed the word was. The book was more sad than the movie, or the book was sadder than the movie. Actually, for that, either one works and sounds good. So let's just get rid of more so I can actually fit the word was. Okay, the book was sadder than the movie. More sadder is improper and does not sound as intelligent. And it really, like if you have little siblings, you'll probably hear them use this a lot. All right, guys, so that's your lesson today. It was out of 10, but I've done 2 of them, so you only have 8 you'll have to do. Please let me know if there are any questions. Again, there's no grammar homework for Friday, so let me know if anything this week is something that you struggled with. It looks like most of you have done pretty well on these things, so that's great.